I still remember the exact moment when everything changed, when my phone lit up with a number that made everyone in the room go silent. The White House, Washington, D.C. My chief of staff looked at me and said, "Sir, are you going to take that?" I smiled. Of course I was going to take it. I'd been waiting for this call, not hoping for it, not dreading it, waiting for it, because I knew exactly what was coming, and I'd already made my decision about what I was going to say. That's the word that's been sitting on my tongue for weeks now. The word every African leader thinks but never says. The word that could cost me everything but might just free an entire continent. I picked up that phone knowing I was about to break every rule in the diplomatic playbook. And you know what? I couldn't wait. That conversation happened 6 days ago. 6 days that have shaken the foundations of how the West deals with Africa. And now I'm going to tell you exactly what went down. Not the polite version, not the official statement, but the raw truth. My name is Ibrahim Traoré. I'm 35 years old, and I lead Burkina Faso. Before you think this is just another small African country that nobody cares about, let me tell you something. We might be small, but we're done being silent. We're done playing the game where we smile and nod while our resources get stolen and our people stay poor. I'm not like the leaders who came before me, the ones who were trained to say yes sir and thank you sir no matter what was being done to their countries. I'm different. And that phone call with the American president proved it. But to understand why I said what I said, you need to know what led up to that moment. 8 days ago, my economic team burst into my office with news that would have made most African leaders panic. The United States was preparing to impose a 30% tariff on all African exports. 30%. On everything we make, everything we produce, everything we're finally learning to turn into finished products instead of just shipping raw materials like we've been doing for centuries. When they told me, I didn't panic. I got angry. The kind of cold, focused anger that makes you see everything clearly. I looked at my advisors and said, "So they're finally showing their hand. Good. Now we know what we're dealing with. Because here's what that 30% really means. It's an economic weapon designed to keep us exactly where we've always been. Suppliers of cheap raw materials. Buyers of expensive finished goods. Never equals. Never competitors. Never free. Let me paint you a picture of what 30% actually does to real people. There's a woman named Fatima who works in one of our garment factories. She's 26 years old, supports her entire family, and she's good at what she does. When this tariff hits, her factory can't compete anymore. Not because the quality dropped, not because they're doing anything wrong, but because America just made it impossible for them to sell their products. Fatima loses her job. Her 3 younger siblings drop out of school. Her mother stops getting the medication she needs. And Fatima joins the millions of desperate young Africans looking for any way out, even if